Sound of crackling fire, the distant blaster shots. They tell you it's for freedom, for the galaxy, for a cause greater than yourself, and you believe them. You have to. When you're huddled in a trench on some forgotten moon, the frozen mud clinging to your boots, belief is the only thing that keeps you warm. My name is Kalen. At least that's the name I chose when I signed up. Back home, I was just a moisture farmer's son, staring at two suns and dreaming of anywhere but there. The Empire took our farm for unpaid taxes. They took my father for sedition. They left us with nothing. So, when a grizzled recruiter for the Alliance to restore the Republic passed through our settlement, I didn't hesitate. He sold me a dream of justice. What he didn't mention was the price. Boot camp was a blur of simulated combat, technical readouts, and learning how to field strip an .280 blaster rifle blindfolded. We were a motley crew. A former Imperial cadet, a slicer from the core worlds, a Wookiee who'd lost his family. We were all running from something, running towards a shared hope. We learned to trust the person next to us more than our own instincts. In the rebellion, your squad is your family. They're all you have. My first real taste of combat was on Riloth. The mission was simple. Escort a shipment of medical supplies to a Twi'lek-resistant cell. Simple on paper. The moment our transport touched down, the sky lit up with green turbo-laser fire. TIE fighters screamed overhead. It was chaos. The noise. You're never prepared for the noise. It's a physical thing, a wall of sound that shakes you to your core. I remember diving for cover behind a rock outcropping, my heart pounding a rhythm against my ribs that was faster than any drum. I saw Sergeant Eva, our squad leader, a veteran of a dozen campaigns, directing our fire, her voice cutting through the din. She was the rock we all clung to. Beside me, a young recruit from Alderaan was frozen, his eyes wide with terror. I grabbed his shoulder, yelled his name. Focus on me, one target at a time. It's what Eva had taught us. Break the chaos down into manageable pieces. We held the line, we repelled the first wave. We got the supplies to the rendezvous, but we lost 3 good soldiers. 3 empty bunks back on the ship. You don't have time to mourn. You clean your rifle, you reload your power packs, and you get ready for the next objective. You push the grief down, pack it away, but it never really leaves. It becomes a part of you, a heavy cloak you wear every single day. It's not all battles and blaster fire, though. There's the waiting, so much waiting. Days spent crammed in the belly of a transport ship, the recycled air tasting stale, playing cards, or just staring at the bulkheads, lost in your own thoughts. You think about home. You wonder if your family is safe. You memorize the faces of your fallen comrades, promising yourself you'll never forget them. It's in these quiet moments that the real war is fought, the one inside your head, the one against despair. We find moments of light, of course. We have to. I remember on Yavin IV, after the first Death Star was destroyed, the sheer, unadulterated joy. We celebrated for a whole day. We shared stories, we sang songs, we dared to hope that maybe, just maybe, the end was in sight. It was a brief respite. The Empire is a hydra. You cut off one head, and 2 more take its place. The war machine grinds on. We've been on the run ever since. Hoth was a nightmare. A frozen hell where the enemy wasn't just the stormtroopers, but the planet itself. I spent 2 days stranded in a blizzard, huddled inside the carcass of a Ton with my squad mate, just to survive. We made it back. Not everyone was so lucky. You learn to appreciate the simple things after something like that. A warm meal, a dry pair of socks, the sound of a friendly voice. From the forests of Ender to the back alleys of Ord Mantell, I've seen more of the galaxy than I ever dreamed of on that moisture farm. But I haven't seen it as a tourist. I've seen it through the sights of a blaster rifle. I've seen the cost of tyranny etched on the faces of ordinary people, and the spark of defiance that refuses to be extinguished. People call us heroes. They see the pilots in their X-wings, the leaders giving speeches. But their rebellion is built on the backs of grunts like me, the nameless soldiers in the trenches, the mechanics keeping the ships flying, the slicers breaking imperial codes. We're the foundation. We're the ones who hold the line. Sometimes late at night, when the ghosts of past battles come to visit, I wonder if it's all worth it. I look at my hands, calloused and scarred. I think of the friends I've lost. Then I remember why I started. I remember the look on my mother's face when the stormtroopers dragged my father away. I remember the hope in the eyes of that Twi'lek child we delivered medicine to. It is worth it. It has to be. This isn't just about blowing up Death Stars. It's about ensuring that someday a kid on some forgotten desert planet can look up at the stars and dream of his future without the shadow of the Empire looming over him. It's about fighting for a galaxy where freedom isn't just a word, but a reality. My name is Kalen. I'm a soldier in the Rebel Alliance, and I will keep fighting for as long as it takes for the Republic. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If this story resonated with you, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing for more stories from across the galaxy. Stay safe, and may the Force be with you.